Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Doreen. How are you today? I hope you're doing fine. For today's lesson, let me introduce you the characteristics of a good and appropriate instructional materials and technology tools. Do you know that instructional materials are those items that assist the information aspect of teaching? This will help the students to connect to your topic through your materials.
One of the characteristics of a good instructional materials and technology tools is the size. Why do we need to consider size when making instructional materials and technology tools? It is a must for the teachers that the materials they use is big enough to be seen by the farthest students in a classroom. There should be a legibility when making instructional materials where teachers should make big letters to be readable enough. And so always remember that we always need to consider also the font style and the font size, whether it is a instructional materials or technology tools.
Color. Students are more interested to those materials which are colorful and beautiful. Remember that most students are more attractive to bright colors because it is easily to catch the student's attention and facilitates learning process.
Durability. Instructional materials are not made for one session only. They must last if possible until lifetime so that it can be reused. See to it that it can stand for longer duration for time so that the effort and money you render to have it well, not lost in just or one glimpse or snap.
Economy. Considered also the salary of a teacher. His or her expenses is making that instructional materials. They can use their resourcefulness and creativity to produce their own materials. If possible, use the cheaper things and make your materials so that it is not burden on your part. Example, as a teacher, we must recycle all the materials that we use in order to less our expenses. Always remember that no matter how cheaper our materials is, as long as we can deliver a good and quality education to our students.
Real activity. Of course, it must be related to the topic or lesson you are into. Remember, the teacher uses instructional materials to ease the burden of teaching and so that students will understand the subject better. Why there is a need to have relativity of the lesson? Because first, the alignment of the lesson and it should be understandable and easy for the students to relate this lesson to the real life situation and they can learn them by doing.
Lastly is portability. So your materials must easy to handle and carry on so that if you're more convenient for your part to Katie and whatever you will teach. So imagine class, if you are teaching in a 4th floor building or in your class and your instruction materials is too heavy and big so it's not convenient for you to have it, diba? So last is it must be unique. Students want to have things or possess it, which is makes things to curious about it. Let them manipulate the materials to evaluate how they learn through their own. In teaching class, it must to have the characteristics, a good structure materials, just like size, color, durability, economy, portability, and readability, so that we can be an effective and efficient teacher someday and somehow.
What about technology tools? These are the tools that expand the human ability in performing a task. It can provide easy access of information and fun opportunities that will increase their interest towards your subject.
The most popular digital educational tools for teachers and learners. Number 1, Edmodo. Edmodo is an educational tool that connects teachers and students and is assimilated into a social network. In this one, teachers can create online collaborative groups, administer and provide educational materials, measure student performance, and communicate with parents, among other functions. Second, Socrative, designed by a group of entrepreneurs and engineers passionate about education. Socrative is a system that allows teachers to create exercises or educational games which students can solve using mobile devices, whether smartphones, laptops, or tablets. Teachers can see the results of the activities and, depending on this, modify the subsequent lessons in order to make them more personalized.
Project. Project is a tool that allows you to create multimedia presentation with dynamic slides in which you can embed interactive maps, links, online quizzes, Twitter, timeline, and videos, among other options. During a class session, teacher can share with other academic presentation with our virtually adapted and different devices. TeamLink allows educator to create interactive image with music, sounds, text, and photograph. This can be shared to other websites or social media such as Twitter or Facebook. TeamLink offers the possibility for the teachers to create learning methodologies that awaken the curiosity of students through interactive content that can expand their knowledge.
Next is Class Deho. So these tools improve students to behavior. Teachers provide their students to instant feedback so that good disposition in class is rewarded points and students to have more receptive attitude towards their learning process. Okay, so Classio provides real-time notifications to students like well done, David, and for working so collaboratively. So this information that is collected about the students' behavior can be shared later with your parents and administrators to the web. Next is Storybird. So this Storybird is promote and writing and reading skills for their students. So through storytelling. So in these tools, teacher can create an interactive and artistic books online through a simple and easy to use interface. So these stories is created, can be embedded like blogs and sent by email and printed among the others materials. Storybird can also create a project with students and give instant feedback and organize classes, and also lastly the grades.
Next is Animoto. It is a digital tool that allows you to create high-quality videos in a short time and from any mobile device, inspiring students and helping improve academic lessons. The Animoto interface is friendly and practical, allowing teachers to create audio-visual content that adapts educational needs. And Kahoot! It is an educational platform that is based on games and questions. Through this tool, teachers can create questionnaires, discussions, or surveys that complement academic lessons. The material is projected in the classroom and questions are answered by students while playing and learning at the same time. Kahoot promotes game-based learning, which increases student engagement and creates a dynamic, social, and fun educational environment.
Hundreds of digital tools have been created today with the purpose of giving the autonomy to the students, improving the administration of academic processes, encourage collaboration, and facilitates communication. Those are just the good characteristics and appropriate instructional materials and technology tools that we are commonly used today.